And for more on this, we are now being joined live by Dr. Ambassador Jamil Khan from Karachi. He's a former diplomat, he's an author and also the Deputy Chair of the Senate at the Federal Urdu University of Arts, Science and Technology. Welcome to the show, Ambassador Khan. My first question to you, we do know
Great
that...
to be with you.
Thank you so much. We do know that Pakistani counterpart of Mr. S. Jaishankar had visited India for the previous SCO summit, and now we have the External Affairs Minister of India visiting Pakistan. While he says that the agenda will not be bilateral talks, this will strictly adhere to SCO summits, do you still think or view it as somewhat of a thawing of relations between India and Pakistan?
No, that's indeed. In fact, you see the optics that Prime Minister of Pakistan, while welcoming all the guests of the SCO, he took about 9 to 10 seconds, greetings and exchanging some pleasantries with the external minister, the Indian external minister. So I think it was a good optic and good gesture. There was the body language and the facial expression of both the leaders were absolutely acceptable and fine, because sometimes the people of two countries, they do observe these things, and their gestures, their body language, that also matter. And this time I found that was quite appropriate. And we understand that the multilateral forum like the SCO, not necessarily that there should be a bilateral engagement, particularly among the countries or between the countries which do not enjoy a very good relations. So from that standpoint, I think it's a good breakthrough and good optics that Mr. Jaishankar is attending this multilateral forum, and that is the secret. This kind of a forum, which has been established under United Nations Charter Chapter 8, it is the key to the success of the entire region. And India, having its ambitions of double-digit growth, I think the India can also tap, and obviously one of the members, it has all the rights to tap the benefits of this entire region, and particularly once the global west is transiting towards global east, and India definitely is a huge country, and they can always take their share from this platform. And from that standpoint, the support and the participation of India in this particular platform, it definitely matters a lot, and that is always appreciated. And I guess all the members of the SCO might have really been quite pleased to see that the Indian participation is there, because there was some skepticism initially whether the Indian participation would be there, not because of sometime little ups and downs in the relations of these two countries for various reasons. The people of both sides may be having a different view, obviously, because it's always good to have a good people-to-people relation. And the other, trade and commerce, the other bilateral tensions on certain points that could be ironed out at different levels, such as Pakistan always takes a stand on the United Nations Security Council resolution, which is still current and invoked in the Jammu and Kashmir. So that is a part, but this multilateral forum is not really meant for those purposes, and this is a good sign.
Right. Dr. Ambassador Khan, let me just zoom out a little bit. Iranian Minister for Industry and Trade, Saeed Mohammad Atabek, is attending the SCO, and with the escalation in the war with Israel, one of the concerns, in fact, surrounded Iranian oil reserves and its nuclear energy infrastructure, which in turn, of course, impacts the world trade, and it certainly at large impacts the regional trade. Now, Iran is your neighbor. Now, could you speak to us a little bit about whether or not the conversation with the Iranian minister will seek to address such concerns? If so, how much of an impact will the SCO member states have on the way forward for Iran?
Well, Iran, anything happens to any of the member states, or for that matter, any state in the region, is going to directly impact the other members of the group, that is SCO. So from that standpoint, I feel that at this multilateral platform, since it's a conflict which can jeopardize the peace of the region, and that is given in the United Nations Chapter 1 in the very preamble, and that is also given in the SCO Charter. So from that standpoint, I can very safely feel that the SCO members may bring in this very factor during the course of their discussion while they are delivering their speeches, and particularly under the background once Israel has clearly announced that they are going to take the revenge of the last attack, which was conducted in response to the previous attack. So this is a cycle of attack after the attack and the revenge and the attack and the revenge and the attack. So that is going to really affect countries like India, countries like Pakistan, because India also has a huge commercial and trade interest, and of course also geopolitical interest in the region. So from that angle, I think Pakistan, India, and all other countries of the region, they are quite concerned, and they are aspiring to see if there could be a peaceful solution for it, and if this is not escalated.
Right. Dr. Ambassador Khan, just to kind of, bring it down to a focus a little bit, what is Pakistan's SCO agenda as host as regards Israeli attack on Iran, which is expected as an Israeli retaliation, and as they would call it, of course. If you could just talk to us about the agenda of Pakistan as a host nation here.
Well, Pakistan agenda was which was presented as a chair of the forum, that is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, that was unanimously accepted by all the members, including the participant of India, the External Minister of India. So the agenda does not carry this particular point. And the speech of the chair, that is the Prime Minister of Pakistan, also does not really have any mention of this very conflict. And as I said, that my understanding is that some of the members of the SU members, because it impacts and affects the entire region, they would probably mention about this burning issue. In fact, it's not only this region, but the entire world is quite worried, as you yourself mentioned in the intro, that about the energy crisis which we can witness if the oil refineries and oil installations are attacked by Israel. So there's a lot of skepticism, a lot of uncertainty. So those things could be reflected. So far as the agenda is concerned, there's no mention, at least what I heard just about a few moments ago. There is no mention of that. There is mention of the prosperity through the unity, the mention of green development, there are mention of the trade development and the prosperity, but no such mention, at least by the chair.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ambassador Jamil Khan, for joining us on the broadcast today, and for your time, of course. Moving on, the United